Welcome into Benedetti Worley Stadium on the campus of North Central College for tonight's matchup between North Central and Illinois Wesleyan. This presentation of Cardinal Soccer brought to you on NCTV 17 and on NCTV17.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. This conference matchup comes right in the middle of the conference slate. Both teams a couple of games in, and the Cardinals in a bit of a tailspin of late. They had won 4 in a row in the early season, improving to 4-1, and really turning some heads around campus, and really in the area as well. But, and we knew this very young team picking up the trait that many young teams often do, and that is the ups and downs that come with the learning curve in collegiate athletics. And that has been the case of late for this North Central team that has dropped 5 games in a row, including 2 to begin conference play. Those 2 losses coming against Millikin and Augustana. And that's by a combined 5-0 margin. However, a chance at redemption tonight. A tall task at hand, however, with Illinois Wesleyan in town, and the Titans are perennially one of the top teams in the conference. So the Cardinals will certainly have their work cut out for them this evening in their quest to conquer the Titans. Now, when we talk about favorites on the pitch, oftentimes it's dismissive, thinking that a team's going to show up and automatically leave with a win, as that one is ruled in offsides. That could have been said for when Wheaton visited this past Wednesday, the men's soccer team hosting the Thunder. And that team, that Thunder team, had won every year but one since 1990. However, the men's team able to close out a nail-biting 2-1 victory over the Thunder, and the major upset sent shockwaves throughout the conference, and the Cardinals now 1-1, and they're ranked in the regional rankings, situated at number 9. And a similar history unfolding tonight with North Central entering its 26th match against the Titans and have only won 2 of the previous 25. So really difficult sledding tonight, but as recent history has shown us, doesn't mean it's impossible. Cardinals led by third-year head coach Andrew Gamara, who in his time here is 17-25-2. And as he put it, after an early season win, that coming against the University of Dubuque, he wants to change the culture here. Because for a very long time, North Central has been adequate in Cardinal soccer. They have beaten the teams that they're supposed to beat. They have lost to the teams that they were supposedly set to lose to. It's a beautiful set of passing here, and the shot A-wire. Too strong and to the left, and unable to give it a chance is Illinois Wesleyan's Anna Eager. So sometimes if you try and lift a program out of the status quo that it has been in, you may see a dip in performance. Although last year they were on the verge of the conference tournament despite the shifting landscape and culture. They came just a game shy of making the postseason. this season, at least the early indications show that there is talent on this team, but it will take some time to coalesce and to try and build through recruiting and through training and, well, the whole spiel. You know how the college landscape is. Many of these coaches insist that upwards of 70 or 80% of the hours they spend on the job is trying to find the next year's crop of recruits. The rest is trying to coach the ones they currently have. So completing the picture as we set the stage for tonight, and we're 5 minutes into our game. Illinois Wesleyan comes in 7-2-1, but they have lost their lone conference game that they have played. Meanwhile, North Central is 4-6-0, but 0-2 in the conference. Up the near side and launched into the near side corner. Lexi Domovsky giving chase and able to track it down, and that's last touched by a Titan player. Or perhaps it is not. I thought it was, but it is awarded to the Titans. Laser beam up to midfield. It's played back, and Domovsky gave it a chase before conceding. Let's get to tonight's starters, starting with North Central. Madison Lockard will start in goal. Lauren Willie, Megan Jensen, Laura Fisher, 5, 6, and 7, respectively, their jersey numbers. Jess Dolly, Elizabeth Hodanicki, Allison Vidaris and Lexi Domovsky will provide the fireworks on the offensive end. Sarah Sheridan, Casey Moran, and Bree McAloon round out the starting lineup, and they're coached by the aforementioned Andrew Kamara and the assistant coaches Katie McNeela, Luis Totera, and Kate Perry. For the visiting Titans tonight, Kelly McCarthy will start in between the posts. Aaron pass, and it's picked off by the Titans, and they play it back. Other starters: Rachel White, Maureen McGrath, Jordan Ellerbrock, Anna Eager, Flower Eddington, Sydney Pinder, Cameron Hindle, Peyton Howe, Rosie Pettinews, and Ellie Crabtree. Taken away by the Cardinals momentarily, and up the sideline it goes and towards the Titan bench, and it's going to be Titan ball. Thrown into Eager and played back and across. And to the near side it goes with Ellerbrock. Gets it right back to Pinder. .36-14 to go in the first half, and a chip shot towards the box and nobody home, at least for the Titans. And Lockard will play it off the feet and now pick it up. Lights have taken full effect, and it seems a little early for them to do so, but it is now October. It certainly does not feel like it outside, with temperatures climbing to 86 degrees today. Temperature is still quite warm. Although the winds have picked up, storms are expected, but not, at least according to the forecasters, before game's end. We certainly hope so, and I'm sure you do too. Chance out in front. Traffic able to erase that. Near side with Ellerbrock. Tries to center it. The shot is through the uprights, but the wrong ones. Would have been awarded 3 points on the football field, but none here tonight. North Central without an offensive chance through the first 10 minutes of this game. Titans with really, you could say, two. One was a shot that really never had a chance. It twisted left. And then the one you saw about a moment earlier. That one high of the crossbar. First half, 10 minutes in. And an offsides called on Illinois Wesleyan. Demoski chasing, but that one lost off the sideline, and the Titans will have the throw-in. Cardinals trying to play some tight defense and now take it away. They have numbers centering it. Now the shot on goal is fumbled around and finally covered up. Kelly McCarthy stretching out for that one. Thought NCC would maybe try and get a little closer, a little deeper into the box, but they saw their chance and they took it, and it was erased by the California native, a sophomore. McCarthy hails from San Diego. Far side of the field and dribbling up the sideline, Sheridan. Shipped towards the box and knocked away by the Titans. 32-30 to go, first half. Cardinal ball in the throw-in. Wind picking up, you can hear it across our crowd microphone. We knew that was going to happen. Gusts upwards of 20 or 30 miles an hour, and that will come a few hours prior to the predicted storms, which again, hopefully not before games end. The forecast pegged them for around 11 p.m., which should be around 2 hours past the final whistle. Still no score in our contest, and Illinois Wesleyan has dominated the touches here. But the Cardinals have had one good rip on the net. Titans, one of the better teams in conference. The Cardinals aspiring to be. And that pass just a hair too early. That one was designated to go to Flower Eddington, a junior who hails from New Trier, which is an absolute powerhouse. And just about every athletic arena, but especially girls soccer. Headed, and out of play. Cardinals will get a throw-in around the 40-yard line as measured by the football field. Nearly taken away by North Central. Now the lead pass is connected. Zip to the near side. Ellerbrock has it. Makes a move. Has space. To the goal line. Chips one across, and it goes through everything and out of play. Pounded upfield and a nice clear from the Cardinals. And that one will skirt out of play. Substitution for NCC with 28:48.
Cardinals, number 24, Emma Wilson.
Emma Wilson checks in midway through this first half. Fairly uneventful first 20 minutes. And a whistle blows, and this one will belong to the Titans. Cardinals, a very young team. I mentioned that at the start of the game. In fact, not a single senior is listed on the roster. The veteran-most members include Jess Dolly and Lexi Domofsky and Nicole Novak, Lauren Willie and Becky Whalen. Penalty on the Cardinals at the 25-yard line of the football field. So a free kick on tap for the Titans from about 35 yards out. Booted off to the far sideline and now racing towards that far corner and trying to center it. That attempt is not good, but a corner kick is forthcoming for the Titans. Looks like either Eager or Howell will kick it in. Howell shadowing. Perhaps is either a decoy or a secondary triggerman. Instead, it's booted into the box and then booted right back out. Titans maintain possession as they have done for the majority of this first half. Now it's the Cardinals' opportunity to race down the field, and winning that race is the Titans. Near side for the Cardinals, and that's a spinner off the foot of Willie. Nearly taken away now. Domofsky has it poked and prodded, and she gets boxed out and concedes the ball. Up the sideline and Cardinal ball. Domofsky, a little bit of contact, and that results in Rachel White hitting the deck, but no whistle. Up the field it goes. Titans without numbers, but with precision. Still with it, and that gets booted right into traffic. The secondary attempt is tall. Whistle and some substitutions will come in for the Titans. 23:51 on the clock here in the first half. Thanks for joining us this evening. This perhaps feels like the last night of summer.
Number 17, Jordan Crucianelli, and number 20, Aaron Peck.
And it comes on October 3rd. That's the Chicagoland area for you, isn't it? 86 degrees today. It's cooling off now. The wind is picked up, and it's carrying with it a nice cooling presence. That one skied at midfield by Bree McAloon. Now headed up the field in case of the pinballs. Just bouncing back and forth between these two squads, and now it's the Cardinals trying to take control. And a little bit too much oomph on that one. And it nestles its way into the box, and McCarthy will simply pick it up. Domofsky gave it a faint chase. Through almost the first 20 minutes, 6 shots for Illinois Wesleyan, 1 for North Central. But this, depending on what side of the equation you fall on, you may not be too displeased with that, because sometimes quality is more important than quantity, and in that area the Cardinals have 1 shot on goal, and so too do the Titans. Direction towards midfield and picked up by Anna Eager. Far side with Flower Eddington. Stops on a dime and now dishes off. Will likely get it back and does. And now she pops one up towards the box. It gets through everybody. The Cardinals in pursuit. Popped up the field and away it goes. Ooh, that one was mishit. So the Titans still in business. Aaron Peck poked away, and a North Central possession upcoming. Sideline with Domofsky, and she's blanketed, so she dishes off. Played backwards, into the middle it goes. And the only person on the receiving end of that pass is a Titan. Up the field with Peck it goes, and now it's played backwards. Far sideline, and it falls out of play. Cardinals will have it. And again off the sideline, but this time awarded to the Titans. if you're a fan of North Central Athletics, you might be interested in the 4th episode of The Red Zone, which was in production today, will air tomorrow, 7 o'clock on NCTV 17 and on NCTV17.com. After an exciting lead up into the 100th meeting between the Cardinals and the Thunder, as this one's swallowed up by Lockard. After the 100th meeting, it's Wheaton with the victory, and they'll retain possession of the Little Brass Bell for a 2nd straight year. We recap the loss, we chat with the players, and well, the quick hits were certainly fun this week, as that pass just a little too far out in front. Right idea, lack of execution. Almost a goal for the Titans and Rosie Pentanuzzo. The wind is coming. Back to the red zone. The quick hit's an interesting one. If you need a reason to watch, well, how about this? For the players, we proposed this question. You can think about this as well. It really boils down to a philosophical standpoint, as this ball will fall off the end line and be given to Lockard in net. If you have to choose a menu item, some item of food, to best represent your personality, what food item would that be? Massive cheering section ignites as the Titans' Angelina Cosmas checks into the game. Apparently a lot of Palos Park natives, or Stag High School fans, or both, or family members, or all of the above. Out in front, and a nice job to poke that away for NCC. Now blasted back into the box, and nobody touches, and Cardinal possession. 17:40 to go in the first half, and now another substitution. It will be North Central taking Lexi Domowski out. Maddie Morin will check in. That's going to be a Cardinal throw-in. Nice move made on the far side. Eddington almost able to center it up for a teammate, and now it's lost off the sideline. A throw-in. Where is it? For North Central, apparently. Eddington was so close to setting up something to open up the scoring. Now another chance, and this is off a Cardinal defender, Jess Dolly, and out of play. So for a second time in this contest, a corner kick is on tap for the Titans. Front of the box, and it's knocked out. Cardinals hammer it upfield. Morin was giving chase and wasn't able to get there in time, and now this will be given back to Lockard.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 25, Allie Crum.
Allie Crum in, Sarah Sheridan out. For NCC, their leading scorers, Demosky and Crump, share with 3 apiece. Demosky has the advantage in the points category, however, with 1 extra assist, 2-1. Titans, something brewing here. Deep pass in between for Lockhart, and she takes out the opportunity for a goal momentarily. Brilliant decision departing from the back of the net. Now the through ball is barely grazed and just out of the reach of Illinois Wesleyan. Oh, so close for the Titans. Almost knocking that through is Caitlin Chen. "13 minutes to go until the intermission. And the pass intended for North Central's Willie is incomplete, to steal a term from football. American football, I should specify. Here's a beautiful pass. And off the end line that goes, and a corner kick. Could the 3rd time be a charm for the Titans? Chipped in and skied away. Solid placement there for Megan O'Neill, but on the other end, too high and out of play. Relatively whistle-free game. Both teams trying to feel each other out. There's only 11:45 to go here in the first half, and only 2 shots on goal, 1 for each team. Nice move, but too much on it for O'Neill and out of play.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 15, Megan Bracob.
Megan Bracob into the game as Willie goes to the sideline. And the whistle will award the Cardinals the ball at the 35-yard line. The men also in action tonight. They are down in Bloomington. I'll get you the score in just a moment. They're coming off a dramatic overtime win against Illinois Tech. Question is, can they keep that momentum up? And the answer right now is a resounding yes. A 2-0 lead with 10:20 to go in the first half of play. So now it's a matter of hanging on. Here, it's a matter of getting on the board. That's not going to help the cause.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 8, Dana Plotkin.
Dana Plotkin into the game. Towards the middle of the field now, taking control. The Titans with Peck dealing off. And that one disrupted and off the sideline. 8:45 to go. And another whistle will give the Cardinals the ball back. And another whistle. And getting taken down on the play is McAloon. Looks like she might have fallen out of her shoe. She is all right. Big crowd on hand tonight, including the women's basketball team here at North Central. A team event to come out and support their fellow Cardinals. One of the rallying cries is something to the effect of 26 programs, one team. And it's cool to see programs supporting each other.
Number 2, Becky Wallen.
Becky Wallen checks into the game for NCC. Deep throwing, and it's headed towards the box, but then knocked out of play. Into the box it goes. Looked like it might have been a miscue. Now a miss hit off the right foot of Vidaris and twists out of play. She'll want that one back. 6:08 to play here in the first half. Deep pass towards the corner. And kept in bounds. And that was last touch by the Titans. And if they're not going to call that, then that is good defense by NCC. If that isn't, or make that if that is called, they have a free kick in a better spot than a corner kick. Big collision, no whistle. Cardinals dish it back. And now pushing it forward. Not forward enough. That one's off the sideline and out of play. Take two. Take three. Trying to center that one, and the Cardinals with a slide tackle on the far side got all ball and erased the chance, at least for the moment. And that one just a little too far out in front. Whistle at the 25-yard line. The Titans will get a free kick from there. Not a bad spot to try and set something up out of. And no good. And that was last touched by a Titan player. Titans with 8 shots, including 1 on goal. They also have 3 corner kicks. Cardinals with only 2 shots, 1 of which being on goal, but that was from a ways away. Another one left off the sideline and not a play. Cardinals will possess with under 2 minutes to go. That is in the first half. It's another one that got all the way through, and Titans just can't seem to connect on the other end of those long passes.
Remaining in the half. 1 minute
60
remaining.
ticks left to go in the half, and the Titans hoping to score here. Going to the break with a little bit of momentum. Eddington has it knocked away towards the sideline. Titan ball. 45 seconds to go. Sense of urgency now for the green and white. And that one's off a Cardinal defender, and a corner kick is coming up. Titans scramble to get organized. 30 seconds. Here it comes. Pops it in. Back of the net. Good for the Titans. Scoring the match's opening goal, Flower Eddington.
Illinois Wesleyan goal scored by number 10, Flower Eddington, assisted by number 4, Megan O'Neill.
Megan O'Neill on the assist, and Titans' first one on the board. And that comes with 22 seconds until the intermission. That is painful for NCC, who had been playing so well defensively, to concede a goal with under a minute to go. 10 seconds left, and that'll do it for the first half. These two teams will essentially give up for the final moments and head to the locker room. Status quo, 1-0. That's the score at the break. Illinois Wesleyan with the advantage, and we'll be back for more. The second half coming up in 15 minutes. Hope you stay tuned. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. Welcome back for the second half of play from Benedetti Worley Stadium. North Central and Illinois Wesleyan matching up this evening. And with 22 seconds on the clock in that first half, the Titans able to put one through the goalposts on a beautiful setup. Megan O'Neill perfectly put a corner kick on that far post, and Flower Eddington then headed it to the far post, a high level of difficulty, and here comes a centering pass towards the box. The Cardinals with a few players there and a couple of collisions result in really a non-chance for NCC. Let's take stock of where we are and how these teams came in. North Central 4-6 on the season. Illinois Wesleyan 7-2-1. The Cardinals have lost their first 2 games in conference and trying to make that 2-game slide disappear. In fact, they're actually on a 5-game slide, and that follows a 4-game win streak. At one point, this team was 4-1. Expectations became lofty, and this young team has since fallen into a bit of a tailspin. Minute and a half having gone by here in the second half, and the Titans, on the other hand, have turned in a quality season to this point, although they have dropped their only conference matchup. Goalkeeper for Illinois Wesleyan, Kelly McCarthy, is the one to get that underway. She was used sparingly in that first half. Only 2 shots on goal for the Cardinals. Let me rephrase. Only 2 shots, and one of which was on goal, but that one was from a ways away. Didn't really feel like it had a legitimate shot at going in, although it did have a bit of giddy up that seemed to throw McCarthy off a tad and resulted in her bobbling the ball before securing it out in front of the twine. There's our game's only goal scorer. Plays it back. Titans trying to set up a second tally. Eddington back towards midfield, pressure felt and delivered up. Flower plays it back to the middle, and the Cardinals erase the opportunity. Far side of the field, Cardinals with something cooking. Here's the centering pass. It's deflected, but then picked up by the goalkeeper, McCarthy. Domofsky there to try and put the pressure on, but not felt by the sophomore goalkeeper. Domofsky out in front, able to shed some contact, and the penalty goes against North Central. Flower heads it to herself, and then it's batted away by NCC up the sideline, allowing the rest of the defense to get set. That one will go through the box and get picked up by Lockard, who really, in a lot of ways, was kind of helpless on that goal. It was in a spot that was just so perfect that even the conference's best goalkeepers, or even Division III's best goalkeepers, likely would not have been able to get the mitts on that shot. She's been pretty good tonight, especially anchoring and communicating with her defense to try and limit the opportunities for Illinois Wesleyan. They've come far, few, and in between, but they have put one through. Cardinals will give it right back to the Titans after getting it on the throw-in. Pass towards the end line is centered, and 2-0 Illinois Wesleyan. The goal scorer, Rachel White, this time. Perfect setup. Gives the Titans a 2-0 lead. 38:43 to go in the game. And with very little delay, the Cardinals get it back underway. Stepping up and making the grab is McCarthy.
Titan goal scored by number 3, Rachel White, assisted by number 13, Cameron Hindle.
On the assist, Cameron Hindle. Deflected by NCC, but the Titans still there. Which has produced just 2 goals in that span. Checking back in with the men, they are also in the second half of play, and almost the exact same point in time as we are. It is a 2-0 game. North Central leads the Titans. So a tale of 2 different performances from North Central, the men and women's squad. The men are up 2-0, the women are trailing on the scoreboard 2-0. Almost taken away by NCC. With pressure there was Sarah Sheridan. And finally, the whistle will give the ball to the Titans, and a player down. And she will be able to get up. That is Ellie Crabtree, who was shaken up on that last play. She appears to be all right and asks for the ball. Deep send in, and another whistle will give the ball back to North Central. Opportunity quickly lined up the field and away from NCC. Deep send. And that one goes off the end line, and a whistle. And a card, I believe, no. A free kick is given to North Central. Where is this going to be from? Or is this a corner kick? I apologize. That was a deflected, and it's a corner kick for NCC. First time tonight that the Cardinals have had an opportunity from the corner. Ground ball out in front, missed on twice. And that's the last touch by the Titans. And goalkeeper ball. The action will keep the ball at midfield. We're 12 and a half minutes into this second half, and Cardinals need to get something going offensively if they want to make a push to get even. Taken away by the Titans. Now a deep send. That was intended for Eddington, who does have a goal, and now a foul on Illinois Wesleyan. Grace Steiner hit the deck. Far side of the box, and Illinois Wesleyan unable to keep that from becoming a corner kick. So for the second time already in this half, the Cardinals will get one from that far side stick. Can NCC take advantage? Flower Eddington had hers. Who can score one for NCC? High lofted ball, deflected, and last touch by NCC. Eddington, by the way, scoring her 7th goal of the season in that first half, and that now puts her in sole possession of second place in the conference in goals. She also trails only Sam Moreno of North Park in that category as well as in points. Cardinals do have some representation in the statistical leaders in the conference. That would be Allie Crum in the category of game-winning goals. She has 2 of them. MJ Lesala of Elmhurst. She has 3. Pretty impressive stuff. Near side, and now pushed to the middle by Anna Eager. Onto the feet of Rachel White, who has scored our 2nd goal of the contest. Chipped in and batted out by NCC. Nice heads-up play, quite literally, by Bree McAloon. Free kick should be on tap for IWU. Headed out, and another throw-in. In the corner, and it's last touched by the Cardinals again. Tripped up on the ball, and 2 players went down. 1 remains down, and that's a North Central player. And now a stoppage in play with 28:30 to go. And the training staff waved out onto the field. Player still down. Can't see a number. Hopefully she's all right. Trying to get up, and now it's number 12, Jess Dolly. Able to walk off under her own power. That's encouraging news. And her substitute player will take her place.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 14, Elizabeth Hodnicki.
Elizabeth Hodnicki into the game, taking the place of Dolly on the defensive end, and Illinois Wesleyan will that's out of play. Cardinal ball. And saving that one from going OB. Nice job there from Bree McAloon, and now a ball sent up. Domofsky deflects, and it's knocked away from the Cardinals. Domofsky still in the vicinity. Played back and now up, and right up the elevator shaft, and out of play that goes.
Into the game for the Titans, number 24, Rosie Pedinuzzo.
27:08 to go in the contest, and the Cardinals trailing the scoreboard 2-0. Goals from Eddington and White for the green and white. Cut off. Nice job by NCC. Now Domofsky, and it goes right through. And covered up by the goalkeeper, McCarthy. That's off the sideline, Cardinal ball. And 2 more, now make that 3 more subs coming to the game for NCC. And Domovsky will be one of the Cardinals lifted out of the game for the moment.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 12, Jessica Daly, number 23, Maddie Morin, and number 25, Allie Crum.
It's going to be awarded to NCC again. Dowley back into the game, so that's good news. She had to leave a few moments earlier after getting shaken up and a collision on the other side of the field. North Central trying to cut this lead in half, and McCarthy steps up from out of the pipes and cleans that play up. And that's last touch by Titan, so a corner kick will come from that far corner. Let's see if the Cardinals can get something brewing here. That one's headed out by the Titans. And a pass backwards. Ooh. Illinois Wesleyan could have had a lot of room to roam if that knockaway pass was away from the sideline. McCarthy will make the decision to stop the ball and almost gets a cleat. He might have actually gotten a cleat somewhere in the rib area. No harm, no foul, apparently.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 8, Dana Plotke.
Another sub, and that's Plotke checking into the game.
Number 4, Megan O'Neill, and number 20, Erin Peck.
Popped up down the field, giving it a chase. Ooh, the goalkeeper McCarthy kicks it away. Cardinals keep it alive, at least on that end of the field. Giving chase and having it knocked away from her. I believe that's Sarah Sheridan.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number
maybe
16,
not.
Nicole Novak.
Nicole Novak will check in. Played back to the throw-in, and it's taken away by the Titans. 21-20 to go in the contest. Ooh, had that ball gotten through, NCC had a free runner at the net. Would have been Nicole Novak, who was on the opposite side of that play. And that one sent right onto the left foot of a Titan player. Ooh, a little too much giddy up. .30 left in this game. Cardinals trail on the board 2-0. Running down the stats, it's the Titans with 11 shots, 3 of which were on goal, 2 of which in the goal. 4 corner kicks has produced 1 of those. For North Central, 4 shots, 1 on goal, 3 corners. Comparable in fouls, the Titans have 9, the Cardinals have 8. Novak giving chase, but she's sandwiched away from the ball. It's easily plucked away by McCarthy.
Into the game for the Titans, number 21, Caitlin Chen.
Caitlin Chen back into the game for the Titans. And it's a foul on NCC. So possession will belong to Illinois Wesleyan. Free kick from the 40, and the Titans are setting up around the right around the fringe of the front of the box. Here's a laser beam in, and it gets through almost everybody, sent outward. Titans trying to sit something up to get some space, and it's locked down by Lockard. That one's out of bounds and tracked down by Sydney Pinder. Still a warm evening, although it has cooled down from today's high of 86 degrees. A gentle breeze has worked its way across the field for the majority of the night, but the wind has settled down of late. Storms are predicted, but not until later on. Should be comfortably done with our contest tonight before they roll in. 17.5 minutes to go. Free kick from the Cardinals half of the field, and it goes right to a Titan player. Grounded up the field. And sent out of play by Lockard. Foul on the Titans, and a couple of fans not exactly enamored with the call.
Yellow card on Over Wesley, number 13, Cameron Hindle.
So Pindle assessed a yellow card, and yeah, I don't know what for. Our crowd mic picks up people occasionally, clear as day. Sometimes it's just a low murmur, and then sometimes you can just really pick out a voice. Cardinals send a ball through. It's last touched by a Titan player, and it's scooped up by the goalie, McCarthy, who lowers a shoulder into a Cardinal player, and no whistle. The sideline, and the battle won by the Titans. O'Brien towards the box, and had that gotten past that last line of defense, that could have been a goal. Eddington chipped it in, and that one's too tall. That wasn't O'Brien, that was O'Neill. I got my O's wrong. 15:20 to go in the game.
Number 5, Lauren Whitley. Number 20, Lexi Demofsky. And number 22, Sarah Sheridan.
.30 to go in our contest. Free kick at the 20-yard line on the Titan side of the field. And that's going to be a Cardinal ball. That's pounded out of the box by the Titans. Speaking of, down in Bloomington, the Cardinals lead the Titans 2-0 for the men's score. And there's 12:50 to go there. Cardinals trying to push it up the field. The Titans making it very difficult to. Poked away, and now the Cardinals have a chance to try and get it up the field. Out of the foot of Lauren Willie. Lined ahead and off a Cardinal player. Might have gotten her in the face. was Sarah Sheridan, who took a very hard liner. I'm not sure where that got her. 11:49, the clock has stopped for the quick check. And the Titans had possession of that ball, but because of the courtesy injury timeout, the Cardinals had gotten it, but they knock it back to Illinois Wesleyan. And a penalty on North Central, drawn by O'Neill. Batted down and picked up. Lockard with it. 10:50 to play. Mass of players come out onto the field to substitute in.
In for the Cardinals, number 7, Lauren Fisher. Number 25, Allie Crum. Number 26, Casey Moran. In for the Titans,
Allie Crum back out onto the field as part of that
number 18,
large sub.
Cosmos, and number 27, Brandon Spears.
He's now officially under 10 minutes to go in our game. Wind begins to pick up again. It's whipping the flags around on the south side of the field. McCarthy delays, now kicks it to the sideline, and too strong. Braylon Spears gave chase. Now the Cardinals have it, and it's going to remain Cardinal ball. Apparently offsides on NCC. 8:30 to go and counting down. Meanwhile, the Cardinals men's team continues to lead down in Bloomington 2-0. Identical scores, yet two very different games for North Central. Centering pass and almost got through. Still in the box. And that one is well out of reach of Lockard and out of play. Score stays 2-0. This one's deep, and Lockard will pick it up. Cardinals need to hurry. It's getting that time where you got to really put the pedal to the metal and go on a full-on assault of the opposing net. Chances have really been difficult to come by. For two reasons, really. One, the Titans have possessed it very well on the offensive end, doing exactly what they're doing right now, which is moving the ball from side to side. No whistle on that far side, however. Second reason is that defense just always seems to sniff out a potential big play and find a way to recover as well. It's been the MO tonight. Cardinals have had one shot on goal, and it was from about 30 yards away. That is out of play. Last touch by the Titans. And two more subs in for NCC with 5:50 to go.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 8, Dana Plotke, and number 36, Kira Rapoli.
One last touch by the Cardinals. Sarah Sheridan got a piece of it. Under 5 to go. If this score holds, and of course North Central not hoping it does, they certainly want a reversal in fortune here in the final few minutes, and crazier things have happened. But if it holds, the Cardinals will find themselves in a tough spot to dig out of in the conference if they want to make the end of season CCIW tournament, standing at 0-3. Again, they were just barely left on the outside looking in last year. 3-4-1 in conference. They've already almost matched last year's loss total if this score holds. Near the end line, taken away and pulled. And still no goal knotted through. And no whistle comes. It seemed like a fairly obvious hold there from North Central, but the head official did not see it. And now it's taken away by NCC. It's off the sideline, and it'll be Titan throwing. And a big collision will give the Cardinals a free kick, and now Cardinal down. I believe that's Sheridan. And a collision with Aaron Peck. 3:13 to go. Titans seem pretty content with keeping the ball in this half of the field. They had done so for the majority of the game. They only have a few more minutes to waste until they come out of here 8-2-1. This also would represent the first conference win of the season for the Titans. Knocked out of bounds by NCC. And they're throwing too long, and it'll be a goalie kick. 3 minutes to go in the men's game down in Bloomington, and North Central continues to lead 2-0. Men could move to 2-1 in conference, and this would be a huge win over the Titans. Another program that has given them fits over the years. And a foul on NCC. Allie Crum draws the whistle. And a stoppage in time as they settle the ball on the 45-yard line. Minute 37 to go. Three on three, and now 5 on 3. Make that 6 on 3. Cardinals need to score here. They have golden opportunity. And the middling kick is snagged by the goalkeeper, McCarthy. Cardinals did not play their cards right and come up empty in what probably represents their best scoring chance of the night. And there's only a minute remaining.
1 minute remaining in regulation. 1 minute remaining.
Lofted in, and again, too far out in front of Domovsky. Half a minute to go. It appears the North Central men's soccer team is going to be homeward bound with a victory over the Titans tonight. That game is also under a minute. Up the sideline that goes. There's 18 seconds left here. There's 50 seconds down south.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So the Titans come here to Benedetti Worley Stadium and take care of business, beating North Central by a 2-0 score. The Titans improved to 8-2-1. The Cardinals dropped to 4-7-0, and more importantly, the Titans now even their conference record at 1-1. The North Central Cardinals dropped their conference record to 0-3. That represents a 6th consecutive loss for this Cardinals squad. Hopefully a turnaround is on deck. We'll see what the future has in store. There's 3 road dates in a row after tonight. Carroll, Carthage, and then number 13, Wheaton, before they return home to finish up the home slate for 2 consecutive games on October 17th and October 20th. We'll have both of those games, those home games, against Elmhurst and North Park right here on NCTV 17. We hope you join us for those. But until then, we'll say so long from North Central College. You've been watching Cardinal Athletics on NCTV 17.